What's up, guys? John here, blind man walking. Quick impromptu live stream. It's been a while since I've done this, um, so I have to kind of relearn the YouTube live interface. Um, but it's lunchtime here in Canada. It is July 4th. Happy 4th of July to everybody living in the US. So it is lunchtime. I'm on dad duty for the next hour or so over my lunch break. Colleen, Mama Bear, is off for a swim. So I am in charge, which is pretty scary. No, just kidding. Luca, our kiddo, 3 months, 2 weeks old, is sleeping. Yeah, so I just thought I'd come on and do a quick live stream, middle of the day, just because. Why not? Yeah, and well, if I disappear, it is because Kiddo has woken up and he is due to feed uh, anytime. So one thing you learn very quickly when you have a kiddo is that your life revolves around them. So uh, things tend to you might have a plan when it comes to how you want your day to unfold, and they might be like, nope, we're going to do things a different way, and you just got to roll with it because your job as a parent is to cater to their every need, especially when they're literally helpless and depending on you for everything they need. So I don't have any viewers, but that's okay. It's a bad time of day for people to tune in. People are busy. It's okay. This gives me a time to reacquaint myself with the layout of the YouTube live interface. I haven't done this in a while, so um, just learning where things are. So Luca, our kiddo, as I said, is sleeping. He is 3 months and 2 weeks old. He'll be 4 months on July 20th. And we weigh him once a week. He is 16 pounds as of yesterday, so he's a big boy, eating well, sleeping well. He's hitting all of his little milestones. As far as development goes, there are a number of videos on my channel where I show you guys how I do things with him as a totally blind dad. I have other videos that I am in the process of making or have made and are scheduled to go live at some point in the future. If anyone watching this after has any question about how I do something with my son, leave a comment and I will get back to you. Or I'll make a video. How about that? Yeah. So yeah, things are definitely different in our house with the kiddo. Um, he is our main concern now, right? Making sure he has what he needs and what he needs to have in order to thrive is a loving home, lots of food, sleep, and TLC, and he's getting all of that. Um, it's also important for the parents to have some time to themselves as well, which can be difficult when you're breastfeeding because your kiddo depends on mommy for breast milk. Um, thank you, Christian. We formula feed our kiddo, so it was a choice that we made together as a couple prior to him coming. Um, and the benefit of that is, um, no, there are pros and cons to both breastfeeding and formula feeding, and I'm not going to get into a debate on the pros and cons because I don't want to do that. To be honest, the biggest advantage for us is that he can take a bottle from anybody. So once a month, sometimes twice a month, Colleen's sister will babysit. Luca will go for a sleepover. So it allows Colleen and I just to have a little break, just to spend some time with each other, doing things that we can't really do with a baby, which is great. You know, Luca gets to spend quality time with Colleen's aunt and her family, who love him. What's not to love? And Colleen and I get a little mental break. Raising a kiddo is a lot of work, a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure, especially for first-time parents, when you're always questioning if you're doing the right thing, which is totally natural. Um, so we benefit from having the ability to have a night off every now and again, which is great. It allows us to recharge our batteries a bit. um, Christian, he is 3 months in 2 weeks. He'll be 4 months, July 20th. And he is 16 pounds. He has brown hair, but it's getting lighter. So either because of the sun or just he's it's or just his hair is getting lighter as he gets older. He has blue green eyes. So that's from he gets that from Colleen. We don't know whose nose he has. Um, he has a lot of hair. He has messy hair. Definitely my hair. Um, yeah, and he sleeps very well during the night. Typically, his last feed is around 7 in the evening. Uh, I do have a bottle feeding video that I've made that's coming out pretty soon. Typically, he'll get up at 12 a.m., a little bit around, yeah, maybe 12 or 1 for a night feed, and that's it. That's the other advantage to formula feeding that's huge, is I can take on that role as well. So Colleen can sleep at night. Now, because of how small, uh, because of how small our place is, when one of us is up with him, the other one is awake. But at least the other one can lie down being awake instead of having to get up. Christian, I have very, very poor vision. I can see shadows, so like light perception. If the sun is out, I can see the sun out. Um, I have no usable vision. That's a term I like to use when somebody asks, because you can say to somebody, "Yeah, I've got 5% vision," or "I've got 2% vision," but they don't get that. So if I say I have no usable vision, then that's something that they can relate to. So that's how I would define my vision. So I do everything by feel. Changing diapers, feeding, dressing, playing with my kiddo, just every aspect of baby care. Uh, I do via touch, so tactile, right? Um, yeah. So Luca goes for his next round of vaccines at the end of July. Um, he didn't like his first round. He screamed bloody murder, which is totally normal. So we kind of expect the same when he goes back end of July, but it's a necessary evil. He has to have them. So we just do the best we can to comfort him when he's having his meltdown, which will come. We know that based on what happened last time. Yeah. Um, yeah. Okay. Is your sister blind as well, Christian? No, you're right. Like many people don't understand blindness, and there's so many different eye conditions. There's so many different classes of eye conditions that have eye conditions within those classes. It's very, very confusing. So prior to Luca being born, um, I had genetic testing done to determine if there was any risk of me passing my eye condition on to my son. So I have a form of uh, RP, retinitis pigmentosa. So RP is the name of a class of eye conditions. So my specific eye condition within the RP class is called LCA, Leber's congenital amaurosis. So it is a very, very rare, severe form uh, of vision loss. And because it is so rare, not a lot of research has been done on my condition. So basically, for Luca, my son, to have my condition, Colleen, my partner, would have to have the exact same gene mutation on the exact same gene that my mutation is on. She does not have that, obviously, because our kiddo is he can definitely see. Now, I was tested pre-birth. Colleen was not, because it was determined that the odds of her having the same genetic defect were minuscule. And as I said, our boy can see just fine. Okay, she's not blind. Okay, okay. Toxoplasmosis. Okay, I've never heard of that eye condition. Um, but that just goes to show you how many like I'm blind and I haven't even heard of that. That just goes to show how many eye conditions are out there. There's thousands of different ones out there. And everyone has their own unique characteristics. Some of them are stable, some of them are dynamics, so they either stay the same or they change over time, or uh, depending on lighting, depending on the time of day, depending on your body's immune system. All of those can influence your vision over time. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised Luca hasn't stirred yet. He is due a feed about 20 minutes ago. But he is just relaxing in his bassinet. It's very hot here today. We actually have a heat advisory. It's 31, but it feels like 41. So in the US, um, that'd be like 95 degrees. And then with the Humidex, it would be like 110, maybe. So very, very hot. I have a seeing eye dog. So typically on Tuesdays I go in the office for work, but I did not go in today because I don't want to work my dog when it's this hot out. It's kind of cruel to do that. No, I live in Canada. I live in Ontario. Canada. Yeah. North Carolina. Okay. So how hot is it in North Carolina? Christian, are you a twin? I think I follow you on YouTube. Pretty sure I do. Unless there's another Christian out there who is blind. So for anybody who has a YouTube channel, even if you don't have a lot of viewers when you go live, like you shouldn't not go live. This is a great chance to practice speaking in front of your camera. Um, I don't do live streams that often. I've never had a big audience, even when I do. I'm okay with that. I don't care. A lot of people watch them after. I can tell because I look at my YouTube analytics. But it's a great opportunity that if you're nervous about speaking on camera or what to say, having a small audience can make you a little more confident, a little more self-assured, and just the more time you do it, the better you get at doing it. So 85. So 85. So typically, when I do the conversion, you'll divide by 2. So 85 divided by 2 is 44.5, and then you minus 15 or 16. So that'd be like 28. So still pretty hot. Yeah. You're not a twin. Okay. Oh, okay. If you're comfortable doing that, post them in the comments. So if anyone, myself included, wants to check them out, we can do that. Yeah, it's so the type of content I post is typically how blind people do stuff. Society has this opinion when it comes to blind people that they can't do anything for themselves. So it's kind of what I like to debunk on my channel. I don't have a lot of subscribers. I've got like 700 something. But I don't expect to make money off this channel. I never have. I never will. You know, People are much more interested in the latest fashion trends and TikTok, stupid TikTok videos. Like a lot of YouTube content, it has like YouTube has just gone downhill. Like it really, really, really has. Um, just there's a lot of garbage on YouTube that they promote uh, for whatever reason. They cater, I guess, to what the consumer wants, and that's fine. That's that's it is what it is. But I'm happy just doing my thing. I'm okay with that. So yeah, that's about all I got for today. I haven't done one of these in a while, so um, we're approaching 20 minutes. Yeah, it's really not hard to set up a channel. You basically uh, YouTube does actually do a good job of like laying out the basic instructions when it comes to what you need to do. The most important thing you need to do is to pick a genre that you enjoy talking about, because that just makes it easier to make content when you know about when you enjoy what you're doing and you know a bit about what you're doing, right? So I make blind related content. Well, I'm blind, so it just that makes sense that that would be a good topic for me to talk about. Thanks. Yeah. Well, so yeah, like I wish there were more blind content creators. There aren't a lot. I follow a couple of blind YouTubers. Some I don't, because I don't find they are very authentic. You know, when you have an sighted person editing your videos and adding flair, if you will, to your videos via editing, I don't view that as authentic. You know, like as a blind person, I like to create all my own content, do all my own editing, blah blah blah, uh, because I'm blind, and that's how I do things. You know, I don't have any usable vision, so I adapt and I find ways to do things. And if you're going to be a blind YouTuber who makes videos on the blind life, then make your videos as a blind person, right? Don't sell out just because you want your video to look good, right? Yeah. So, well, Christian, I am going to sign off. Yeah. So, I hope you have a good day, man. Stay cool in North Carolina, and maybe I will do more of these in the future. Cheers.